Welcome back, Money Hunters. Police Scarlet in today's episode. We're revealing the 4 most valuable coins that collectors are paying huge prices for right now. These coins may look ordinary, but in rare condition, they can be worth hundreds, even thousands of dollars. Stay locked in, because one of these hidden treasures could be sitting in your pocket or coin jar at this very moment. Let's uncover the value and turn knowledge into real cash potential. Moneybag, the 1967 quarter dollar without a mint mark, is an intriguing piece within the long-running series. Although it was produced in large numbers, certain high-grade examples and unusual varieties have become surprisingly valuable to collectors. Featuring the iconic portrait of the coin represents a transitional era in United States coinage when the country was adjusting to significant economic and monetary changes. For numismatists, the 1967 quarter is especially appealing because it reflects the shift away from traditional silver coinage while still maintaining the classic design that collectors admire. Today, pristine examples of this coin can command notable prices in the numismatic market, especially when preserved in exceptional condition. The 1967 quarter was minted during a time of major transformation in American coin production. In 1965, the United States removed silver from circulating dimes and quarters due to rising silver prices and coin shortages. As a result, they began producing quarters using a copper-nickel clad composition rather than the previous 90% silver alloy. To discourage hoarding and speculation, the mint temporarily removed mint marks from coins struck between 1965 and 1967. This means that the 1967 quarter carries no identifying mint mark, even though it may have been produced at multiple facilities. The coin thus represents a fascinating chapter in U.S. monetary history when the government took steps to stabilize coin circulation. The design of the 1967 quarter continues the classic imagery first introduced in 1932 for the Washington Quarter series. On the obverse, a left-facing portrait of George Washington dominates the design, accompanied by the inscriptions Liberty, In God We Trust, and the date 1967. The reverse displays a powerful heraldic eagle with outstretched wings perched on a bundle of arrows and framed by olive branches, symbolizing both military strength and peace. The design was originally created by sculptor John Flanagan and has remained one of the most recognizable images in American coinage. The 1967 Washington quarter is composed of a copper core sandwiched between 2 outer layers of copper nickel, giving it a distinctive silver-colored appearance despite containing no actual silver. The coin measures approximately 24.3 millimeters in diameter and weighs 5.67 grams, consistent with modern clad quarters. The edge reveals the copper core as a thin reddish band, a clear indicator of its clad composition. In well-preserved examples, the coin's luster and sharply defined details can be quite striking, especially when the fields and devices remain free of wear. One of the most distinctive characteristics of the 1967 quarter is the absence of a mint mark. During the mid-1960s coin shortage, the United States Mint intentionally removed mint marks from circulating coins to reduce collector speculation and speed production. As a result, all quarters produced from 1965 through 1967 lack mint marks. While this may initially make them seem less distinctive, collectors often seek out examples with exceptional strike quality, brilliant luster, or unusual mint errors that make certain pieces far more desirable than standard circulation coins. Although the total mintage of 1,967 quarters exceeded 1.5 billion coins, high-grade survivors are surprisingly scarce. Most examples circulated heavily in everyday commerce and developed where over time. Coins graded mint state, MS 65 or higher, are much harder to find because they were rarely preserved immediately after minting. Even fewer examples reach the ultra-high grades of MS 67 or MS 68, where every detail remains sharp and the surfaces display nearly flawless luster. These top-tier coins are the ones that attract the most attention from advanced collectors. Some of the most valuable 1967 quarters are error coins. Examples with double dies, off-center strikes, clipped planchets, or dramatic die cracks can command significantly higher prices than normal coins. Because billions of quarters were produced during this era, occasional minting errors inevitably occurred, creating rare collectibles hidden among otherwise common coins. When such errors appear in well-preserved condition, they can become highly prized items within the error coin collecting community. The value of a 1967 quarter without a mint mark varies widely depending on its condition and any unusual characteristics. A typical circulated example is generally worth only its face value of 25 cents. However, uncirculated coins in mint state grades can range from around $10 to $100 depending on quality. Exceptional specimens graded MS-67 or higher by professional grading services have sold for several $100s at auction. Rare error examples may bring even higher prices, sometimes reaching $1,000 or more depending on the nature of the error and the coin's overall preservation. Collectors interested in acquiring a high-quality 1967 quarter should pay close attention to surface condition, strike quality, and luster. Coins with minimal contact marks and strong detail are far more desirable than worn or dull pieces. Certification by reputable grading services, such as PCGS or NGC, can help confirm authenticity and grade, which significantly increases buyer confidence. Proper storage is also essential. Coins should be kept in protective holders or capsules to prevent environmental damage, scratches, or tarnish that could reduce their value. The 1967 Washington quarter, without a mint mark, stands as an important artifact from a transitional period in American coinage history. While most examples remain common in circulation, the finest preserved pieces and unusual error varieties can be surprisingly valuable. Its connection to the historic Washington quarter series, its role in the shift to clad coinage, and its distinctive no-mint mark status make it an appealing addition to many collections. For both new and experienced numismatists, the 1967 quarter offers a fascinating blend of history, artistry, and collecting potential that continues to capture interest in today's coin market. The 1974 D-quarter dollar can command significant premiums in the collector market. Its value comes not from precious metal content, but from rarity and pristine condition, collector demand, and the fascination surrounding unusual varieties. The historical background of the coin traces back to the era when the United States Mint was producing large quantities of clad coinage for everyday commerce. The 1974 D-quarter was struck at one of the major minting facilities in the United States. This period followed the transition from silver coinage to copper-nickel clad coins in the mid-1960s, a change that reshaped American currency production. The coin is part of the long-standing Washington quarter program that began in 1932 to honor the first president. Although it does not commemorate a specific event, it represents a continuing tradition of honoring Washington on U.S. coinage, making a familiar yet historically meaningful piece. The design of the 1974 D-quarter follows a classic artistic work created by a sculptor whose portrait of Washington has appeared on quarters for decades. On the obverse, the coin features a dignified left-facing profile of Washington with the inscriptions "Liberty, in God we trust," and the year 1974. The reverse displays a heraldic eagle with wings spread, clutching arrows and olive branches, symbolizing strength and peace. The coin measures about 24.3 millimeters in diameter and weighs approximately 5.67 grams, composed of a copper core sandwiched between layers of nickel. Though the design remained largely unchanged for many years, coins in exceptional condition can display extraordinary detail and brilliant luster that greatly enhance their visual appeal. One of the factors that makes certain 1974 D-quarters notable is the presence of collectible mint errors and high-grade strikes. While millions were produced, only a small fraction survived in flawless condition. Collectors often search for varieties such as double dies, off-center strikes, or unusual planchet errors. Some rare transitional pieces have also sparked interest, including the controversial aluminum quarter patterns of the 1970s, which have become legendary among collectors. These unusual characteristics elevate certain specimens far beyond ordinary circulation pieces. Condition plays a major role in determining the rarity and value of the coin. In circulated grades, the 1974 D-quarter is extremely common and worth little more than face value. However, coins preserved in mint state MS condition, especially grades like MS-66, MS-67, or higher, are far scarcer. Such examples retain sharp details, full luster, and minimal contact marks, which are highly prized among numismatists. Professional grading services, such as an authenticate and grade coins, helping collectors verify their quality and rarity. In terms of market value, most circulated in 1974. D quarters trade for only their face value of 25 cents. However, uncirculated examples can range from around $5 to $50 depending on their condition and eye appeal. Exceptional specimens graded MS-67 or higher have sold for several $100s at auction, particularly when they display superior luster and strike quality. Rare error versions, such as dramatic misstrikes or double dyes, may command prices in the hundreds or even over $1,000 if they are authenticated and well-preserved. The coin's market demand is also influenced by collectors who specialize in building complete sets of Washington quarters. Because the series spans many decades, enthusiasts often seek the finest known examples of each date and mint mark. As a result, high-grade 1974 D quarters can become surprisingly competitive in the marketplace. Auction results occasionally demonstrate strong bidding for top-graded pieces, particularly when the population of such coins is extremely limited. For collectors interested in acquiring a 1974 D quarter, careful examination is essential. Look for coins with strong strikes, full details in Washington's hair, and clean surfaces with minimal scratches. Certification by a reputable grading service adds both authenticity and value. Storing coins in protective holders, such as archival coin flips or graded slabs, helps prevent environmental damage and preserves their long-term condition. Another useful strategy is to purchase coins from reputable dealers, numismatic auctions, or trusted online marketplaces. Joining coin collecting communities or organizations, such as it, can also help enthusiasts learn more about the series and identify valuable varieties. Patience and careful research often lead to discovering exceptional pieces that may appreciate over time. In conclusion, the 1974 D. Washington quarter represents an interesting chapter in modern American coinage. While many examples remain common, the finest specimens and rare era varieties hold significant appeal for collectors. Its historical connection to the enduring legacy of George Washington, combined with its place in the long-running Washington Quarter series, ensures its continued interest among numismatists. For both beginners and experienced, the 1979 quarter dollar is not technically part of the bicentennial series, but remains an intriguing coin for collectors because of its place in the long-running Washington Quarter series and the occasional appearance of rare mint errors and high-grade specimens that can command impressive prices. Within the broader world of U.S. numismatics, certain 1979 quarters, especially those preserved in pristine condition or struck with unusual minting errors, have gained attention for their surprising market value. For collectors who search through circulation or examine coin rolls carefully, the possibility of finding a valuable 1979 quarter makes this coin particularly appealing. Its accessibility combined with the chance of rarity has kept demand steady among hobbyists and serious collectors alike. The Washington Quarter series itself began in 1932 to commemorate the 200th birthday of whose portrait appears on the obverse of the coin. By 1979, the design had already become one of the most recognizable in American coinage. The coin was produced by at several facilities, including and while millions were struck for circulation, certain examples, especially high-grade coins or proof versions, have become prized pieces within the Washington Quarter collection. In terms of design, the obverse of the 1979 quarter features the classic left-facing bust of George Washington. Originally designed by sculptor, the word Liberty appears above Washington's head, while the motto, "In God We Trust," is displayed to the left. The reverse design depicts a heraldic eagle with outstretched wings clutching arrows and olive branches, symbolizing both military strength and peace. Above the eagle is the inscription, United States of America, and below it appears the denomination quarter dollar. Although the design had been used for decades, by 1979, its timeless aesthetic and patriotic symbolism remained central to the coin's enduring appeal. The physical composition of the 1979 Washington Quarter reflects the modern clad coinage system adopted by the United States in the mid-1960s. Instead of the traditional silver content used before 1965, the coin consists of a copper core sandwiched between layers of copper-nickel alloy. It measures approximately 24.3 millimeters in diameter and weighs about 5.67 grams. While these specifications were standard for circulating quarters of the era, exceptional examples, especially those with sharply struck details, mirror-like surfaces, or proof finishes, are significantly more desirable to collectors. Despite the high mintage numbers in 1979, rarity arises primarily from condition and minting anomalies. Many coins entered heavy circulation and quickly developed wear, making truly pristine examples surprisingly difficult to find decades later. Coins graded MS-67 or higher by professional grading services are especially scarce. Additionally, certain era varieties, such as off-center strikes, double dies, or missing mint marks, can elevate a coin's rarity and dramatically increase its collector appeal. Among the three major minting facilities, each produce slightly different varieties. The Philadelphia Mint typically struck coins without a mint mark, while the Denver Mint coins carry a small D mint mark on the obverse. The San Francisco Mint produced proof coins intended for collectors rather than circulation. Proof versions often display highly reflective surfaces and frosted design elements. High-grade proof coins, especially those with deep cameo contrast, can be especially valuable when preserved in flawless condition. Market value for the 1979 Washington quarter varies widely depending on condition and rarity. Circulated coins are generally worth only their face value of 25 cents. However, uncirculated examples graded MS-65 may sell for several dollars, while exceptionally high-grade pieces graded MS-67 or MS-68 can reach values from $100 to several $100s. Rare mint errors or unusually well-preserved proof coins from the San Francisco Mint may sell at auction for even higher amounts, sometimes exceeding $1,000 depending on the uniqueness and demand among collectors. The coin market fluctuates based on grading standards, collector demand, and historical interest. Professional certification by organizations such as or plays a crucial role in determining a coin's market value. Coins authenticated and graded by these respected services often command higher prices because buyers trust the accuracy of the grade and the coin's authenticity. Collectors hoping to obtain a valuable 1979 quarter should pay close attention to details such as surface quality, strike sharpness, and luster. Coins stored in protective holders since their release are more likely to retain mint state characteristics. Searching through old coin collections, bankrolls, or estate holdings sometimes reveals hidden gems that have remained unnoticed for decades. Additionally, purchasing from reputable coin dealers or established auction houses can help ensure authenticity and quality. Proper storage is also essential for maintaining a coin's value. Collectors typically use acid-free holders, airtight capsules, or graded slabs to protect coins from moisture, scratches, and environmental damage. Handling coins by the edges and avoiding direct contact with the surfaces helps preserve their original luster and prevents contamination that might reduce their grade. In conclusion, the 1979 Washington quarter represents an interesting chapter in modern U.S. coinage. While most examples are common, certain high-grade coins, proof strikes, and mint-era varieties can be surprisingly valuable and highly sought after. Its classic design honoring George Washington, combined with the thrill of discovering rare specimens, makes the coin appealing to both beginner collectors and experienced numismatists. Over time, well-preserved examples may continue to appreciate in value, ensuring that this seemingly ordinary coin remains an intriguing treasure within the world of coin collecting. The 1985 P quarter dollar can command notable prices in the collector's market. Its accessibility, combined with the possibility of finding rare varieties, makes it an appealing coin for both beginner and experienced collectors. The historical context of the 1985 P quarter reflects an era when U.S. coinage was already firmly transitioned to copper-nickel-clad compositions following the removal of silver from circulating coins in 1965. The coin continues the design honoring. First introduced on the quarter in 1932 to commemorate the 200th anniversary of his birth. By 1985, the Washington quarter had become one of the most recognizable coins in American currency. The Philadelphia facility produced hundreds of millions of quarters that year to meet circulation demand. reflecting the strong economic activity and daily cash transactions of the mid-1980s United States. From a design perspective, the 1985 P quarter maintains a classic artistic elements that collectors associate with the Washington series. The obverse features a left-facing portrait of George Washington, designed by sculptor, accompanied by the inscriptions Liberty, In God We Trust, and the date 1985. The reverse depicts an American eagle with outstretched wings perched on a bundle of arrows, framed by olive branches symbolizing strength and peace. These details create a bold yet balanced composition that has remained largely unchanged for decades, contributing to the coin's iconic status. Technically, the coin is composed of a copper core layered with cupronickel, giving it durability for everyday use. It weighs approximately 5.67 grams, measures 24.3 millimeters in diameter, and has a reeded edge. While these specifications are standard for modern quarters, collectors pay close attention to strike quality, luster, and surface preservation. High-grade examples, especially those displaying full mint luster and minimal contact marks, are highly prized because most circulated coins quickly lost their original brilliance. Rarity in the case of the 1985 P quarter does not stem from low mintage, but rather from condition scarcity and mint errors. The Philadelphia Mint struck over 700 million quarters in 1985, meaning most examples are common in circulated grades. However, coins that survive in superb mint state grades, particularly MS-67 or higher, are extremely scarce. Additionally, rare mint errors such as double dies, off-center strikes, clipped planchets, or coins struck on the wrong planchet can dramatically increase a coin's desirability and rarity. Condition plays a critical role in determining the coin's collectible value. Circulated 1985 P quarters are typically worth only face value, but uncirculated examples with strong luster can bring modest premiums. Coins graded MS-65 by professional services like OR are considered gem quality and are significantly more desirable. Ultra-high-grade coins, graded MS-67 or better, are extremely rare due to the heavy production process that often left small imperfections. Market values for the 1985 P quarter vary widely depending on condition and variety. In circulated grades, the coin is generally worth 25 cents to $1. Uncirculated coins graded MS-63 to MS-65 may sell for $5 to $20, depending on eye appeal. However, superb examples graded MS-67 can reach $300 to $800 at auction, and particularly exceptional specimens with strong strike quality have sold for over $1,000. Error coins, especially dramatic minting mistakes, can exceed these values, sometimes reaching several $1,000s depending on rarity and demand. Collector demand for high-grade Washington quarters has grown steadily as more enthusiasts attempt to assemble complete date and mint sets in top condition. Because so many 1985 quarters were heavily circulated, locating pristine pieces has become more challenging over time. This gradual decline in available high-grade coins contributes to increasing market interest and supports long-term appreciation for exceptional examples. For collectors interested in acquiring a valuable 1985 P quarter, careful inspection is essential. Look for coins with strong luster, sharp details in Washington's hair, and minimal scratches or contact marks. Professional certification from reputable grading services helps verify authenticity and condition, which is especially important for coins valued at higher price levels. Proper storage in protective holders or climate-controlled environments can preserve the coin's surface quality and prevent damage over time. In conclusion, the 1985 P. Washington quarter represents an intriguing combination of historical continuity, artistic tradition, and collectible potential. While millions were produced for everyday commerce, only a tiny fraction survive in exceptional condition or with significant mint errors. These rare examples can command impressive prices, transforming a seemingly ordinary coin into a prized numismatic treasure. The 1995 P quarter dollar represents a continuation of one of the most iconic circulating coin series in American numismatics. While billions of quarters circulate each year, certain examples, especially those preserved in pristine condition or featuring unusual striking errors, have become highly sought after by collectors. The coin's combination of historical continuity, recognizable design, and the possibility of rare varieties contributes to steady market demand. For numismatists, the 1995 P quarter demonstrates how even relatively modern coins can become valuable collectibles when rarity and condition align. From a historical perspective, the 1995 P quarter belongs to the long-running Washington Quarter series, first introduced in 1932 to commemorate the 200th birthday of the first president of the design proved so popular that it replaced earlier quarter designs and continued for decades as a standard circulating coin. By 1995, the United States was experiencing a strong economy and increased interest in coin collecting, partially fueled by commemorative programs and the upcoming 50-state quarters program that will begin only a few years later. The Philadelphia Mint struck the majority of circulation quarters without fanfare, yet these coins later became important reference points for modern collectors studying mint quality and production variations during the late 20th century. The design of a 1995 P quarter maintains a classic portrait of George Washington on the obverse. This profile, originally designed by sculptor, shows Washington facing left with the inscriptions "Liberty," "In God We Trust," and the date 1995. The small p mint mark appears near the date, indicating its origin at the Philadelphia Mint. The reverse features an American eagle with wings spread, perched on a bundle of arrows and framed by olive branches, symbols of strength and peace. The inscriptions "United States of America" and $quarter complete the design, while "E Pluribus Unum" appears above the eagle. Though familiar to generations of Americans, this imagery represents a powerful blend of patriotism and classical coin artistry. Technically, the 1995 P quarter follows a standard composition used for modern circulating quarters. It is made from a copper-nickel clad composition, consisting of outer layers of 75% copper and 25% nickel bonded to a pure copper core. The coin measures approximately 24.3 millimeters in diameter and weighs about 5.67 grams. While these specifications are typical for modern quarters, collectors pay close attention to the sharpness of the strike, luster of the metal surfaces, and preservation of the original mint finish. Coins with exceptionally strong details and brilliant surfaces can stand out dramatically compared to typical circulation examples. Despite being a modern issue with a large mintage, well over 1 billion coins struck at the Philadelphia Mint, rarity emerges when examining coins in the highest certified grades. Most 1995 P quarters entered circulation and show where, making top-tier uncirculated examples surprisingly scarce. In particular, coins graded MS-67 or higher by professional grading services are difficult to find because minor contact marks or dull luster often prevent them from achieving such grades. As a result, collectors searching for registry-quality examples compete intensely for the best preserved specimens. Era varieties further enhance the rarity and excitement surrounding the 1995 P quarter. Some collectors have identified coins with double dies, off-center strikes, or die cracks that occurred during the minting process. While most examples are minor, dramatic errors can command significant premiums because they represent unusual moments in the minting operation. These errors often attract specialized collectors who focus on mint mistakes, adding another layer of demand to an otherwise common circulation coin. In terms of market value, most circulated 1995 P quarters are worth only their face value of 25 cents. However, uncirculated examples in mint state, MS-63, MS-65, condition typically sell for around $1 to $5 depending on eye appeal. Coins graded MS-66 may reach $10 to $20, while rare top population examples graded MS-67 or higher can bring $100 to $400 or more at auction. Exceptional error coins, such as major off-center strikes or dramatic double dies, may exceed several $100s depending on the rarity and visual impact. These values reflect a broader trend in modern coin collecting, where condition rarity can dramatically influence price. Auction results over the past decade show gradual appreciation for the finest certified examples. Registry collectors, those assembling the highest graded sets recognized by professional grading companies, often compete aggressively for top specimens. This competition has occasionally pushed prices upward, particularly for coins with superior luster and nearly flawless surfaces. While the 1995 P quarter is not among the rarest coins in American history, its value demonstrates how modern coins can still achieve meaningful collector demand when preserved in elite condition. Collectors interested in acquiring a valuable 1995 P quarter should prioritize certified examples graded by respected services, such as the ORDA. Certification ensures authenticity and provides an objective assessment of the coin's condition. Additionally, careful storage is essential. Coins should be kept in protective holders or archival quality albums to prevent scratches, fingerprints, or environmental damage. When purchasing, collectors are advised to buy from reputable dealers, established auctions, or trusted numismatic communities to ensure fair pricing and genuine pieces. Ultimately, the 1995 P. Washington quarter illustrates the fascinating dynamics of modern coin collecting. Though millions were produced, only a tiny fraction survive in exceptional condition or with notable mint errors. These rare examples capture the interest of collectors who appreciate both historical continuity and the thrill of discovering high-grade modern coins. For enthusiasts of the Washington Quarter series, the 1995 P issue offers a compelling blend of accessibility and potential value. In conclusion, the 1995 P quarter holds a meaningful place within the broader history of American coinage. Its classic design honoring George Washington, combined with the manufacturing standards of the Philadelphia Mint, reflects the enduring legacy of the Washington Quarter series. While most examples remain common, those preserved in near-perfect condition or exhibiting unusual mint errors can achieve impressive market values. For both beginning collectors and seasoned numismatists, the 1995 P quarter represents an engaging reminder that even modern coins can become prized collectibles with time